It's still pending. It hasn't been dismissed.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what I needed to clear. You see, sitting where I am sitting and watching, I think that what is happening in the country calls for sober reflection and a relook at the fact whether or not we are building a country or we are going at each other.
Because Chairman Wontumi is arrested.
No, I said the issue.
We must re-examine our democracy, whether it's working or not.
It's beyond Wontumi. Okay. The issues I want to look at go beyond Wontumi.
Okay.
Bernard Ntwibo-Siakon is the chairman of the party.
Regional.
The regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party. He has following. And he is somebody who is known to be in business. So he's not an ordinary person who will have no following. But I'm looking at beyond the issues that have been mentioned. At the core of them is citizenship and citizens' rights. And it brings to the fore the issue of what is a bailable and non-bailable offense. How the bail terms can be met.
We don't have non-bailable offenses anymore.
Exactly. Through the decision of the Supreme Court.
Thanks to Pebu.
Thank you. Pebu went to court and we are now clear that there is no offense in this country that is non-bailable.
Yet bail is at the discretion of the court.
Sure.
It doesn't mean it is automatic.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But there are prosecutor agencies of security agencies that exercise a right over bail, not only the courts. The court come in when an individual appears before them or when an individual is not subjecting him or herself for the activities of the court. And when these terms have been set, what are the limits? And when they are met, what do we do? Another issue that comes up is the functions of security agencies. In time, whether they can exist in multiples. Can 3, 4 security agencies at the same time be investigating one person and be going about it in the manner that we have seen some go? And at the heart of this for me is even the question of EOCO and an agency like OSP, which is a different subject matter we can interrogate, the constitutionality or otherwise of them. No one has gone to the Supreme Court, but I am of the view that if our security agencies are to work and work well, there's a need to streamline and be focused on what they do. There's also the notion that politicians don't sin, and that is something that we all need to discuss. This issue has come up this way because it is Wontumi. How many Ghanaians are innocently suffering in the hands of security agencies without going through the right processes? Only last year, Daily Graphic published, is it 25 or 26 persons who had been incarcerated or held in remand for nearly 27 years.
Forgotten.
They had been forgotten. It took Justice for All program and some media persons to go in there. Something I'm sure you know about what I'm talking about. So this particular matter.
I wish you don't invite me.
I'm not inviting you, but I'm saying you.
All I'm trying to tell you is that I see
Don't
these
be
things.
tempted.
I see these things every day.
Yeah.
So when I hear the politician jumping, so I just keep quiet and watch.
So it brings to the fore these major issues that we all need to confront with. Look, citizens. What do we care about? The essential issues about development. Are they the things that we have occupied ourselves with within this week? I beg to say no. I beg to say no. And we can talk and engage on the legalese. Whether it was done in the past, that was unfit, it was wrong. It's been done today, it will be done tomorrow. Where are we going and when are we going to end these things? As a people, I think that it is high time we reflect on what ought to be done. Something, there's so much mistrust. And it appeared to manifest here. You are asking Hassan whether he's questioning what Andy Apiakubi is doing or not. The issue is that who among us in the public space, those in partisan and those of us outside partisan, those of us in civil society, those in the media, who is trusted when we speak? There's so much doubt, cynicism, despondency. Can we build a nation with these attributes? I beg no. So for me, we need to be, balancing issues against the future. And I don't think we are doing that. For how long can Wontumi be kept?
Exactly.
For how long? Keep him. And the question fundamentally is this. Most cases, when these security agencies go about their noisy arrests, they end up dying noisily. No prosecution.
You never know. You just ask for how long.
I said in most cases.
Maybe.
Something we've seen this in the past.
Yeah, we have also seen people ask for how long, and the answer they get is for as long as Afoko. 10 years.
Gregory.
8 years in bail, even in jail, even though he was on bail.
Right. and we all bemoan that. Those of us who bemoan that cannot be seen rationalizing or justifying an apparent or seeming recurrence. We cannot.
Where is the recurrence?
No, but you have just cited Gregory.
Yeah. So what would be the recurrence?
I'm saying,
what will even be the basis of any comparison?
Where we use state security or state power to detain somebody beyond the right of being heard properly.
Is that what is going on from where you sit?
Has a man been brought before a court? You see, we have sounding as if Wontumi is already guilty. Because somebody has made an allegation. My brother has just made instances that, look, it's been long in coming. The man was reported. People petitioned.
He never pronounced him guilty.
Good. But the impression is that he ought to be dealt with the way he's being dealt with.
Never.
I said, that's the impression I got. If that is not the impression you are putting across, then it must be conveyed properly. And that's why I'm saying that it goes beyond Wontumi, the person.
But inherent in the suggestion you are making is that bail is automatic.
I have not.
And again, at least it is that he has been denied bail, but he has not. That's the point, isn't it?
Samson, I began by saying that it brings to the fore the issue of how even the state security agencies function and work, the manner in which they arrest. For me, this is needless and avoidable. CID invited Wontumi. They are investigating him for wrongdoing or crimes purported to have been committed, right? He went with his lawyers. Could EOCO not have done that? And we are now told by the AG, Deputy AG, in justification for Wontumi being kept or a citizen being kept, that, look, there are high crimes that he is being investigated for. How long has EOCO been waiting? And it brings to the question, even who heads our security agencies, their backgrounds. Are they politically exposed persons? And in this book, is it an issue about getting equal? And all over, the handwritings are clear. It's about, vengeance. It's about
vendetta.
Bitterness, vendetta. The handwriting is clear. It may not be said, or it may not be so.
Let's be direct on the issues.
Yes.
So are you saying because he was not invited by EOCO,
yes,
some wrong has been done? That's the question.
I'm saying that it could have been done better than this, and we will not be sitting here discussing this
because you are going ahead.
If it had been done properly,
because you have gone ahead. Okay, you use the word. If it had been done properly, so you are saying that at all costs, willy-nilly, CID invited him. So if EOCO also needs him, they should invite him and not arrest him.
You see,
and by arresting him instead of inviting him, they have done something wrong.
I have read cases where the issue of arrest itself is not done anyhow. Arresting persons and bringing them before the law is not to be abused because it can be abused. And I mean, senior persons in the security outfit, like KB Kwansen, in this book, documents how persons in security agencies abused even the rightful application of law.
In this circumstance.
And I'm saying that right now we are told that the man is still in the custody of EOCO. Has he been arraigned before a court? No. Is it more than 48 hours? I believe so. Is it infringing on his rights? Yes, I think so. What remedies are there? He can seek them at the law courts. Could we have avoided that? Yes. But if he wins against the state, is the state going to suffer by paying?
So your understanding is that your understanding is that, like Hassan posited.
Yeah.
There are those who argue that you can't talk 48 hours here because it doesn't apply. The 48 hours applies when you have not been granted bail. But before 48 hours, he is granted bail. His lawyer says, we have been in the process to meet the bail conditions. We are, in fact, happy with how things are going. He says the officers are supposed to close from work. They have stayed with them. He said this previously and repeated it last night. So where you are seeing wrong and his lawyer is not seeing wrong, don't you see there's a bit of a problem there?
Somebody with respect, just let me chip in this. We are not saying that he should be granted bail within 48 hours. What the law says, that after 48 hours, you must produce the person before court. That's what we are saying.
That is what we are detaining.
That's what the law says.
It's been held. I mean,
the law doesn't say after 48
bail
hours
has not been mentioned.
The law says
shall be brought before a court within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction, or detention. Let's not give a meaning.
Read it in full.
That would
read it in full.
A person who is arrested,
yes,
restricted, or detained,
yes,
upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed or being about to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana, and who is not released,
yes,
and who is not released,
yes,
shall be brought before a court within 48 hours.
Is bail release?
Within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction,
Question,
and detention.
is bail release? You're a lawyer. Is bail release?
But you see, the person is still in your custody.
Answer my question. Is bail release? As a lawyer, the term bail does it imply release?
You see, bail does not imply release.
Really?
Because you see something. The reason why we have this provision in the Constitution is because there could come a time where the person doing the restriction, withholding, and detention can set bail requirements so outrageous that you can't meet it.
So you go to court and vary it, just like you are in court to do now.
Exactly. So, but what I'm saying is that currently, as we speak, there is a violation and clear contamination of the...
Okay, it was Bomfeh's...
the Constitution has been contaminated.
It was Bomfeh's time that you took. Yes.
Hamson,
yes.
I view what is happening as avoidable and needless. And if our security agencies are indeed sincere about fighting crime and getting to the roots of situations to rid our system of wrongdoing, there's a better way of going about it. Bottom line, whatever charges they prefer against him, it will take a court to convict him or otherwise, right? Now, if it is going to be the case that even ahead of trial, we are creating the impression that one is guilty and convicted of an offense that is yet to be tried, I find that unfair. And I'm saying that,
who is creating that impression?
Have we not said that the man's arrest was long overdue on this set?
But is that to create an impression?
No.
Have I suggested that he's guilty?
Hold on. It was suggested in Parliament's Public Accounts Committee for him to be prosecuted for certain amounts, and that it wasn't done by the previous administration, and I mean supposedly is being done or is going to be done by this administration. Look, What I'm
How
talking
does
about,
that amount
what I'm
to
saying,
saying that he's guilty?
What I'm saying,
You are an academic. Don't say
Hold on. Is he the only person who was cited by the public?
I'm saying we shouldn't
That
create
is why
the
I said there was a
impression.
long list of referrals. Long list of referrals.
Have they arrested any of them?
Ask the security agencies, ask the prosecutors. We have
But this one is the regional
Gentlemen,
chairman.
don't take Dr. Bonfeh's time. Yes.
When I say we don't create an impression, I'm mindful of my language. Creating an impression doesn't mean you are actually saying so. And these are perceptions. We are interpretive beings. We listen and we make our own informed judgments of what you are saying. When you say you use somebody's past life or past character to judge or justify a current situation, what are you doing? It's creating an impression, and I'm saying that we must avoid that. Look, I sat here and I made the point that some have made it look as though once you're a politician, you don't sin. It's come in this matter. I said so. And Wontumi cannot come under that because he's a politician, he shouldn't be investigated by the police. I said so here.
What's wrong with saying that? What's wrong with repeating the fact that in 2022, or when was it, the state itself found that his company was doing a criminal act. The state found so.
So let me tell you what's wrong with that. Let me tell you what's wrong with that.
And then it was expected that he would be arrested.
Let me tell you what's
wrong with saying that.
What is wrong with saying that is that you obfuscate the present situation at hand. You create an impression that, look, this person is not to be tried only on the charge that is preferred against him now because of previous ABCD. Bring back his past to kind of rationalize.
The past you are talking about,
and I'm saying that
it's part of the investigations by the CID.
So let them go through the process. And the CID is doing that. They invited him, he went, he responded to them, they gave him self-cognizance bail or whatever it was, and he left. Is that correct?
That's right.
And he's going to be tried on that, isn't it?
That's right.
Has he been convicted of that?
No.
Good. So I'm saying you have read something from the Facebook wall of Justice I. Is that what EOCO actually is investigating him for? Or the deputy AG is bringing this out to say that these are other issues hanging on the man's neck?
We take the Deputy Attorney General's word because
I'm not saying don't take his word. I'm saying that
they are the legal advisors
of the
point I'm making, so they will know.
Is that what EOCO is investigating him for?
EOCO is under the Ministry of Justice.
Until the contrary is proved, what the Deputy Attorney General has said is what we take.
Did he say that? That is what EOCO is investigating?
Yes, that's what he said.
Good. And I'm saying, if that is the case, we have all appreciated here that there is no offense that is non-bailable. Correct? Can he be put before the court whilst he's enjoying his liberty? Yes, he's entitled to it as a citizen. And I'm telling you that I'm more worried about this because this is happening to somebody who has a following, who comes from a certain background, who has a certain financial strength. How much or how less the ordinary person who hasn't got that status? That's my concern. That a citizen's right at law cannot be varied because of what status they have. And I'm worried about how the security agencies are operating in this matter. And I'm bringing back the question that can our security agencies, 4 or 5 of them, problematic as they are, even in their creation, go about
let me
chasing a person at the same time, whether for the same offense or varied offenses?
Okay, thank you.